comes in. It's a slow Saturday morning for me. How you do? How you do? We are kind of live-ish. I think, and we are waiting on Diana to come in.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, now I was saying if it's a vaccine, why you feel a little slow?
Oh, you think so? Oh, that's probably what it is. Don't. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. My voice gone, everything just slow this morning. But I think I need to change the view here. Good morning to everybody. If you listen to it later, my view is speaker. I need to. There you go. Oh, haha. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, in a sango. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What did you do on your birthday? Everybody wants to know what you did on your birthday.
I did nothing.
It's your birthday.
I know. I did nothing. But maybe later I'll plan to do something because I really wanted to travel. COVID, I couldn't travel.
Oh, okay.
And I'm here in Jacksonville. I really don't have a lot of family around. So
okay. So it was your 20th, the 30th, 35th, 25th. What birthday was it? You care to tell us?
It's my 40th birthday. I am proud to be 40 years old because a lot of people are not here. They didn't get to make it. I have friends that didn't.
Why, yes, I so appreciate that. Not very many people want to say what their birthdays, what their women, most men don't care. But
that's true.
Men don't want to say. Well, let me see. Diana, we did that. Let's sing happy birthday to her now. Come, Diana, come now, man. We could sing happy birthday to her.
Then I have technical difficulties.
Oh boy. Oh, so everybody want to sing happy birthday to Michelle? Everybody out there in the La La Land want to sing happy birthday to her before the show starts? Guys, we have a lot of things to talk about this morning. This is Leo Gilling, and we are on conversation with, we have a couple of guests this morning at the bottom, close to the bottom of the show. There's a young lady or two coming on to speak about some kind of charitable causes that they're having or they're doing soon. We also have coming Tuesday night. We have a new member of the team. His name is Owen Blacker Ellis, joining us on a Tuesday night. I think that you would be interested. He joined us Tuesday night. It was really fun. A lot of fun talking to him. He's a very knowledgeable young man. And there's also another gentleman that's going to join us Tuesday night. He is a farmer. And I remember when I went to Montego Bay back in 1979, he had just had his accident. He lost both arms. His name is Winston Barr. He lost both arms, and last couple of days ago, he celebrated 42 years of the accident. I don't know if celebrated is the right word, but you want to join us and talk about the kind of things that he's doing when he lost his two arms. What is he doing? How is he doing? I just want to know. I saw him on Facebook. Being a farmer, and we just want to find out about him. So he's going to spend a couple of minutes with us Tuesday night talking about farming farming as a person without arms, neither one or two. So that's going to be interesting. But we have a lot of things coming up today. I wanted to sing happy birthday for Michelle, and I'm going to try. I hope that my voice allows me to. Michelle, you don't mind, right?
No, sing.
This girl, she is something else. No, man, sing. Lord of mercy. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting on our reader lady to come on board. Let me see if you are on board with us. Let's see where we are. Yes. Oh, so we are there. Good morning to you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You know, I sent this thing out here this morning, and people are really mad about the young lady who got murdered this week, and really mad about the pastor. The pastor who says he, you know, that Prime Minister Holness is going to be killed. Prime Minister Holness and his members of his family, members of his cabinet. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Tell me, what did he do wrong?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really familiar with the criminal law of Jamaica because I don't practice there. Mm-hmm. But based on like, you could make statements. To me, you have the right to make statements. But if you're going to incite, then that might be a problem. But to me, he was just making statements. Like, you know, like to me, I've always heard those statements being made. It's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't talk like that. I believe people should have their respect when you address certain people in certain position.
Yes.
You should show respect. But he does have the right to voice his opinion. So I'm curious to see what they're going to charge him with, because all they're stating is that he, for being disrespectful to the prime minister or something like that.
Well, let me read the loop article. It says a pastor who claimed that Prime Minister Andrew Holness must go down for purportedly attacking the church in Jamaica, and he's been arrested. The clergyman, identified as Peter Chambers, is affiliated with the Miracle Healing Deliverance Ministry. He was arrested on Wednesday morning at his Brownstown home in St. Anne. When contacted on the development, a representative of the police corporate communications unit confirmed the arrest and suggested that Chambers is to be questioned on reasonable suspicion of creating public mischief. However, the TCU representative did not specifically state whether Chambers is to be questioned in relation to the purported threats he made against the Prime Minister. In a recent social media video, Chambers said, Holness has been attacking the church. This is what he said. When I made it the statement, listen, that man half dead. Me no care what nobody want to say. Him half go down. Listen, this man of God, the Prime Minister have to go down. He has to go down. This man, the PM, is attacking the church, opposing the church, and I don't care what nobody want to say. Me no afraid of none of uno. Chambers has been critical of the Jamaica Labour Party government and Andrew Holness since late last year. He says, I realize that there are some JLP supporters who are reporting my videos and reporting to get rid of me off Facebook, Chambers stated. I says, but I want to let some of you know, listen, if you know who you're dealing with, it better you leave Peter Chambers alone. I was just in a heated argument with one of my Brownstown at a gas station, a Rasta boy, he indicated. I must be okay reading English, but may have a problem reading patois. So
always the case.
But you get it.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. The church always saying that government are attacking the church. Like, it's just a preaching by every church I've ever been to or ever seen. So to me, they always say it's the signs of the time. They're going to come.
Yeah, but don't you think that?
Said,
yeah.
What?
Or don't you think that? Don't you think that a pastor saying that the prime minister is going to be killed, or his members of his family is going to be killed, and members of the cabinet. I mean, I think that's taking it a bit too far. Don't you think so?
But, as a human, I could say, yeah, I wouldn't say, not my cup of tea. I would never talk like that about anybody, especially a prime minister in authority. I might not appreciate some of what he's doing, but I'm not a disrespectful person. But you have to look at it like you have rights. Freedom of speech is one of those rights. And is he inciting somebody? Is he telling somebody did he directly say so? I didn't hear him say, you go kill the prime minister. I did not hear that. So he has to go to the court, where the court have to, go through the court system. But I don't see anything legally. And as I said, I don't practice in Jamaica, but I know here, nothing could, be done, because you have your right, freedom of speech, which is paramount.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Diana, tell us what you think.
Well, I didn't hear my apologies. I finally sorted out my audio. Okay. I didn't hear the pastor say that anybody or advocated for anybody to kill. He said that he will have to go down. And I mean, when we growing up in school and say, yeah, I'll go down, means that we're going to kill you. What it means that you're probably not we're not advocating for your re-election, or we're not supporting you on particular things. The church generally, the wider community of church in Jamaica has been quite supportive of all the COVID protocols. You will have one or two errant individuals who belong to churches, and they have their opinion, and they're entitled to their opinions. But I think that the action that was taken is not justifiable. It's not justifiable by me. And I think it is against that same vein that the opposition in parliament yesterday was saying, but you're creating a dictatorship when you give pass the act in a particular way that allows the prime minister to take action against anything and to criminalize everything. This is what is happening. He now has, by virtue of his majority position in both levels of the House, an ability to make anything a criminal activity. So he might very well be knocking for me soon, because I have said that I have shared my position. And
I agree with all of what you said, but there is a fine line there. It's like I would say to somebody, one of the things that we fight against is the not the anger, but the expletive and the way our music degrade women and degrade the things that happen between man and woman, and it's the man that we blame our singers for saying degrading things about our women. But then, the prime minister in office is a respected office, and you can be charged for treason, for threats against the prime minister, I think.
Yes, but the man not threatening. The man said, I'm going to go down. So if we say,
no, man, he was saying things like, somebody in your office is going to be killed. He was saying,
I never hear that part. So I
never say that.
Oh yeah, man. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well, it has alleged that he might have said so. I have not heard.
No, man. No, you should see the video. The video where he's wearing the army. He did 2 videos, the video that he's wearing the army thing. I believe that he went too far there with saying that, your daughter is going to be killed.
Your daughter.
He said all of that.
But Andrew, I'm no daughter.
You see him making up stuff. People making up stuff.
Yeah, man. So he said.
Then Leo.
Members of
he said, no, me go kill you. You have to lock me up.
Oh, well,
you go on, Leo, you go on and I'm going to kill you. You go and lock up my church and see.
Kind of right.
I don't know. The thing is that, Leo, you're putting your emotions into it. And as I said, you have to look at the law. we are emotional, yes. You're feeling like he shouldn't have done it. Fine, I say that. I wouldn't disrespect the Prime Minister. I have respect for his position, but this guy has his rights. So what did he violate? I guess we'll have to see how
he violated because the act has been changed, and the version now is that the Prime Minister can criminalize anything. We hear
without going to the Parliament. Yes.
Yes, yeah. So that is the authority. That is where the fight ought to be.
So no,
want this kind of position.
So are we in
my opinion?
Are we in a dictatorship state? Is that what you're saying? Let's go to the comments here. So we have Annette Forbes, and it says, "You don't wish bad for anyone. Would anyone want a pass that declared death over your family?" The Prime Minister was threatened. That's Kathleen Denton says. And it also says, if you all didn't watch the video, why are you all having a program? Right? And you know.
What is she talking about? I listened to it and I said I did not hear those additional statements. Don't get me wrong. I listened, I watched, but what people are saying, I did not hear. So man, you can listen to this whole same thing and hear something totally different. I listen, I'm giving my opinion based on what I understand, and people are putting their emotions into it, which they need to remove it.
Well, I wish, you know, I was listening to that video, right? The video where he's wearing that army top, and I got, listen, I am not an emotive guy when it comes to these kinds of, I really listen, but he went far. He went really far. Because he's the one who got emotional, and he was he was very emotional.
He's not my cup of tea. He's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't support him on what he's doing. I'm just saying he has his right. I don't support him in what he's doing. So let's be clear. But he has his rights. He
didn't say that I am going to kill the Prime Minister. He didn't say that. And he didn't, but he almost said, I am going to send somebody to kill the Prime Minister. That's almost what he said.
No, let put in stuff. He never said it.
To me, anybody could draw a reference from saying. I was there thinking, okay, when is he going to send the person? When is he going to kill the person? That's what I'm sitting there listening to. It was really bad.
No, it's the same thing like with Trump. Remember with the Trump, and they said, oh yeah, he's incited because he said, let's march down to the White House or wherever. I'm ever say, oh yeah, he incited. Yeah.
So you don't think Trump incited that violence? You see, by the pastor saying something like this, he is inviting other people to do this. To do this, some crazy. That
pastor didn't have no power over nobody, trust me.
But some crazy might be looking at it and saying, oh, since pastor said that, let me go and do it. That's how far he took it yesterday when I watched the video. I watched both videos. Because all you have to do, our music, we say, incites violence and violence against women. I
don't think so. I don't.
Okay,
people have to use their common sense,
and our pastor our pastors are expected.
Our pastor, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. That pastor does not speak for me or my family.
We're not saying that. We're not saying that.
I'm Roman Catholic, and he certainly doesn't speak for me. But for me, he is a Jamaican who is a Christian.
Let me tell you, I really did not enjoy listening to that. Whether or not, you know, whomever it is that he's talking about, I did not enjoy his speech at all. That was way off.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't enjoy it either. I didn't support it. I didn't support it at all, but I'm saying he has his rights, you know.
But then there is another issue on table that Diana just brought up a while ago about you know, whatever the Prime Minister signs off on becomes law, pretty much. That's what you're saying, right? Which is
much is that the Prime Minister can criminalize any action under the new act that is now in place.
So let me ask you, what about under normal circumstances, is the Parliament that puts these policies in place, these policies in place? So things have to go through the Parliament to get into the act, to allow.
Yes, and Parliament is governed by a majority rule. So with the current composition, the majority is going to, if they go strictly on political lines and not on a conscience vote or any other concern or opinion from their constituents, which don't seem to matter, it is always going to get approved. So.
Well, you know, that's one of the that's one of the that's one of the things that go along with the other party not doing a good job of in the election, because you know once that majority is there, you know. But I was thinking separately that the prime minister actually signed a document that says put it into order, and it's now criminalized. Whatever the act or the action is, and I'm wondering are you talking about the prime minister creating an executive order type situation, and when any act can be criminalized, or are you saying once he signs that document, it's going to pass in the House? Which one are you saying?
Well, it has already passed in the House. It passed in the Senate yesterday, and it entitles, even before that, the authority given to the prime minister during this disaster.
Yes.
Era is that he can take action he deems appropriate, and that action is so wide that it can be to criminalize anything. So yes, the other parties have not, it's not in power, and they're not in power because they don't have a majority rule.
Right.
But what I hope for is an era that we would get to in Jamaica where some conscience voting takes place and not just political lines voting. So a matter such as this, if the constituents say to my MP, Mr. whomever, we are not supporting, or we don't wish for you to support this portion of the act, then they would not take such an action to vote in support of it. But that's not how it is in Jamaica. It's unfortunate what has happened with the past. It's unfortunate the action that has been taken, because in one vein, you know, we're saying to our young men, and the USAID and the Minister of Security just signed something about putting things in place for underemployed and exposed youth. And it's all about how to manage differences. But at the upper echelon, we're not seeing the practice. So you're telling me about restorative practice and restorative justice, but you're not exercising any of that, as would have been a fine example and opportunity for the government with this offending pastor.
Okay, so let's look at the pastor, all right, against the rules, right? So the pastor made these statements that to me are
unfortunate statements,
right? Yes, and then based on what we are talking about, he did not commit a crime, yet the police picked him up based on his statements, and he was arrested. And so, are you saying that this was on the word of the prime minister why they picked him up? Because I mean, they didn't charge him for anything. It looked like to me.
Well, I don't know whose word it was that led to him being. So I'm not saying anything like that. I don't know whose word sent for him, but he was picked up. What I'm saying is that the current dispensation, in keeping with the existing law, is that any action can be criminalized by the prime minister. I don't know whose word.
But that's not good though. Yeah, but that's not good though.
The update says that the DPP is to rule whether the pastor accused of threatening the PM is to be charged.
Yeah.
Peter Chambers, the pastor accused of threatening Prime Minister Andrew Holness via social media videos, remain in custody. Following interviews with police officers assigned to the counter-terrorism and organized crime, a file was submitted to the office of the DPP for a ruling on whether Chambers should be charged. So it is understood that Chambers was questioned for breaches of the Cyber Crimes Act relating to the videos he made allegedly issuing threats to several persons, including Holness. Now, this is where I just want for it to stop. I have not seen the video.
Yeah.
Whatever he said clearly was not appropriate one way or the other. It's not the kind of thing that we want for our society to be expounded.
Especially our pastors.
And more so, we don't want persons associated with church. We don't want persons associated with church.
The Seventh-day Adventist.
We have enough of that in our criminal history, right? We don't need the pastor to be saying that.
Right, but I don't know that I want to say that we don't need a pastor. The same people must have an opportunity to express themselves. This man, well, it says, since last year, Chambers had been critical of the Jamaica Labour Party government and Andrew Holness. He also has expressed opposition to the ongoing COVID-19 vaccinations and other measures implemented by the government to contain the spread. Now, this pastor is not the only person within the church in Jamaica who opposes the fact that the actions that are taken to constrain and manage the COVID is not consistent with the data.
I don't disagree with that though, Diana. What I disagree with is pounding of the fact that the prime minister is going to die, and
I don't see him saying that.
Of his family, is going to die.
It's alleged. Let us not repeat it.
We all are going to die. We could
but Leo, you have to know that in this day and age, they can do all kind of things with video. I don't know that the man said that, Andrew.
Oh yeah, man, you should watch the video. No. Me not agree with that. You should watch the video. Because if you watch the video, you will understand why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Somebody send it to me, I will watch it.
Yeah.
But Leo, I agree with you. What he did, I would do it. You wouldn't do it. Talking like that, not appropriate. You have to show respect to authority. We have a prime minister, you have to show. You can disagree, you can make a statement. We want to do it. But does that mean he doesn't have a right to do it? I guess you would have to get somebody that practices from Jamaica to like.
I need another person who is in the
practices law in Jamaica.
Yes. And somebody from the church, a higher clergy person, because I think that's quite irresponsible. I think the word is irresponsible and way irresponsible. That's what I think.
I say something. I'm a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and they have followed every protocol issued by the government. And they encourage people, it's your will to do the vaccine. You haven't seen my church, my congregants come out and say anything. But those churches, like what that guy's a part of, I think it's similar to that lady that they went in to lock up. So they are in a class by themselves. So I don't think you should categorize churches, because majority of the churches are doing the right thing.
Know this, because know what I'm saying, because I am not disagreeing with the argument that people can disagree with the COVID-19 protocols and stuff. What I am mostly concerned about is the pastor coming out and saying the things that he said about killing. That was really way off. And I believe that we shouldn't have a discussion on it.
I don't think did he say kill?
Yes, man, he said kill. Yes, he said kill.
Them go dead.
No, man, he says they are going to be killed. I watched the entire video.
Okay,
and so, I think, I think we need to watch that video. I need we have another discussion on this, but I guess you guys need to watch the video. I'll send it to you.
I think to have the discussion, because we are going on emotions, we would need an attorney that practices in Jamaica to actually explain us about.
Well, we'll get one. We'll get one.
And what what he's broken, because we're not the law, like people just going off emotions. We don't know. Yeah. Like what has he done? Like we don't know. So it doesn't make sense to back and forth arguing.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
What he said, we agree. He shouldn't have done it, but it is a criminal, this is a moral thing.
Michelle, so we'll see.
All right.
Morally it's wrong, but criminal,
Well, you know what? It's our morals. It's the morality that creates our laws.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Leo,
yeah. Oh,
what are with the morals? Because morals look like it changed, just like statistics.
well, I agree with you. I agree with you. It changes, but that's where it all started. Anyway, so let's move on to the young lady, because I want to talk about that young lady who got killed. Yes, I know it's a
No,
horrible.
I just cannot bear to talk about it because
Yeah,
it's
but
too much.
people are talking about it.
Too
People are
much.
talking about it, and that's what we are here for. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about what people are talking about, right? And so, you know, I saw the last video that I saw out there showing where they found her body. Someone. The news report says she left her home at 7 o'clock in the morning, and mom never see her again. And then she was found tied up and obviously raped several times. And I couldn't understand the report about the person who they picked up. I wasn't so sure what the story is with who he is and how he become a part of her life and stuff. It says that she had a boyfriend, but then she was seeing somebody who's 50 years old and yada da 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 da. I mean, you know, do you have the story?
Emilio. Oh Lord.
It's a sad story when we have to think about people going to work, leaving their home and going to work and don't come back home. That is a sad story, that we can't be on the streets and be safe. Something is wrong with that. Something is serious. Our country is too small for these kind of things to be happening. And every day you wake up, it's something else.
All right, according to Loop
Yes.
Jamaica, dated yesterday, a man has been taken into custody in connection with the murder of 20-year-old Kenice Jackson, whose body was found Friday morning along Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. He was reportedly held in the halfway tree area of St. Andrew on Friday afternoon. Reports from the Waterford police are that at about 7 a.m., a resident stumbled upon the body and summoned the police. The body was clad in a black skirt, blue blouse, and the remains were in a state of partial decomposition. Jackson, an accounting clerk of Portmore, was last seen alive on Tuesday, March 23rd, according to the police. Preliminary reports are that she was abducted while she was at a bus stop in Portmore. Should we continue? Recovering the soul of our nation. There's a statement by Chang. In a statement, National Security Minister Dr. Chang said all murders require strong condemnation. However, it is particularly disturbing when a young woman is preyed upon and killed, calling the savage murder of Jackson a tragedy. You know, Leo, it's one of those hard things for me to even read and to wrap my head around. I have a teenage daughter. I know so many others. I know 1,000, 1,100 of them who go to Immaculate Conception High School. And we can replicate that into so many schools and the universities here in Jamaica. And it is just appalling and disturbing. It is painful. It is painful because this story brings back the story of Deans, the UWI student who to know there has been no recovery of her body, nothing. And it's more than a year since she went missing. I mean, I offer my condolences and deepest sympathy to the mother of this young lady who is just simply going about her business. Just simply going about her daily business. 7 o'clock in the morning, she leave her house, she go into her work to earn her little money to make her keeps. And some person who you can't find the right and correct words to express. I would call him what Trump called the people them. Just do that to her, just ravish her body, destroy her family, tear the nation apart like that again. And it is just too commonplace here in Jamaica. Just too commonplace for me. I can't take it.
Yeah, kind of sad and worrisome. And every time I wonder, why are these men attacking these women? Like, what's going on? Do we not love our mothers? Like, what's going on? And it kind of sad because if you read all the stories, especially people saying they're going into taxis and how people, like men in there about to kidnap them or they were kidnapped and raped and such. And you're wondering what's going on. But to me, people know about what's happening because sometimes people can point out and say, oh, yeah, in the community, oh, that's the raper boy and whatever. But they will
I
not
don't
take
know.
the next step and report them.
Because everybody
They
fear
know,
for them life. At the end of the day, it is just we live in just total fear.
but that's not good. That's
But you
not good.
fear
But they
because you
have to
don't have a system that you probably think, if you don't have confidence in a system, and clear this is what is happening. Because if anybody know that this man is the rapist, them don't want to go talk because I'm going to threaten them, and then before threats becomes real and all of that. And we just live in a cycle of fear, a whole cycle of fear. I tell people, if Sam Sharp had continued in that cycle of fear, we all would still be in poverty. But nobody don't want to
yeah.
rock the boat. And they
Nobody
tell you,
wants.
nobody want to rock the boat.
Nobody
But
wants
we
to
have
rock
to
the
be
boat.
rocking it. We have to start rocking it.
Nobody
If
wants
10
to.
people rise up against one, what
But you
we
have
have
to
power
give
in
people,
numbers.
yes, we have power in numbers, but you have to give people something that is worth the while, some sense of security. So if I'm going to say to a family, you know that you have one girl in here and one boy in here who are murderers, report them. But this murderer, boy and girl, are the breadwinners for the family.
That's
Who
not
will
good.
report them?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Who will
It takes
report
us
this
some
scamming brother and sister when it's them make roof over them head because the system don't provide for it, because it's them make food in the long weekend now that we have a shutdown because the system don't provide for it. There is no clear and equitable system that assures the man of his basic existence. And until we address that, Leo, we depend on them. They will continue to depend on them to send each other to school, to put food on their table.
So that's the breakdown of the morality that you were talking about.
Yes.
Because the morality we were talking about is that people are not are the upgrade in morality or downgrade is that wrongs are being accepted as norms nowadays. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that there is no system that exists that is equitable and reliable and consistent to support individuals so that they can take the action that we are morally asking them to take. There is no system that can provide food for them, shelter for them, and send them to go to school without fear. So they have to rely on a corrupt individual or two to support them, and so they can sell out. How you must sell out me when I'm here send money from foreign?
I know that's what you're saying, but I'm also saying. Let me read a couple of statements here from the Jamaicans.com. In South Africa, women have begun operating safe taxis for women only. Jamaica needs this. Wow, safe taxis.
Like that.
Sometimes the person who wants to report someone is a bad person also. Oh God.
Well, one might have bad than the other. Report one and the other report the other.
Can't win at all. The issue with the young lady is disturbing. I hope she is not in a relationship with that person being held. If that is the case, there is a lot of factors why young girls get involved with these older men. I hope the police investigation will lead to justice.
Well, for me, it's neither here nor there whether or not she was in a relationship with anybody.
I don't, yes.
Young or indifferent.
It doesn't
because at the end of the day, it's murder. It is a criminal act. It is that, what is that mentality that makes you feel that you, despite your age or age difference, should do that? And what is it that caused her to have had such a relationship with this individual? Was it for financial, economic, or just simply emotional? We can't choose who we fall in love with and what the age difference is going to be. Look at me and Leo.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
I don't know.
I am 20. I don't know about you.
I feel bad laughing during this topic.
I'm sorry?
Because I feel bad even laughing during this topic because
I
it's so
know.
sad and hard. Like it's not even a joke.
But, you know, when I think about, Michelle, when I think about Diana, because I met her daughter, yes? And I'm saying to myself, you know, she's at risk too. Anybody's daughter is at risk.
Everybody's daughter.
It's unfortunate that we are talking about
and the boy pinning them too. Don't forget them.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of them are being raped too.
It's unfortunate that we're talking about our country, the country that we say we love, and we have all this beauty. You know, just last week we were in a conversation about the beauty of our country and the beauty of our culture, and people should go home. But who wants to go home to this? It's hard. It's a very tough situation. It's a very, very tough call. And so that's why there's the sandals and the other, what they call them when you go there on the property.
All-inclusive.
All-inclusive. That's why there's all-inclusive. Because they're trying to protect the people from
but even
our community.
there, though, they have a lot of crime too about rape and stuff coming out yearly.
Yeah, but we don't hear these kind of things happening there.
But
so
you
people
can't come home and go live all-inclusive, Leo.
I know.
That's
why it is. That's why, because people don't want to deal with the ills of walking on the street.
But perhaps that is why it is. Not because people don't want to do that, but perhaps because of systems such as all-inclusives that exclude the opportunity for the other man up at flankers and participate in the tourism dollar, then they have to find other ways. And I just using flankers, I don't mean to say that all people out of flankers. I just want that to be clear.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that perhaps because the all-inclusive systems have shut out the opportunities for the average person on the side of the road to make something from the tourist opportunity and the tourism operation in our country, they have had to turn to other means to sustain themselves. We need to consider that too.
You make a good point. Point because we have 4 million tourists going to Jamaica, and more than half of them not open up to the Jamaican public, and we should be giving opening opportunities for people to make money out from them too. Yes, I agree that.
Yeah, and I agree, and I'm thinking like, what can people do within their community? Because they have to set up some type of system too to protect their children, to protect the women and boys. By to me, like you have the community neighborhood watch, where they monitor like those who are active. I know growing up, I don't know how active it is right now, where they would walk around the community, a group walk around, and they would check on each other, and you have like you follow up with your community members to see what's happening. Like they see you on the road late, like one of the people like will try to help you get home. I remember the boys from our area used to look out for the girls when they go anywhere.
Well, what Diana is saying here, though, Michelle, is that there's a breakdown in our moral values that precludes us from coming up with these community things. These community ideas, bringing community together, is based on the fact that we are executing these ideas would be based on the fact that we are okay financially, and we don't have to depend on a criminal to fund our lives, right? Because
but it can be changed, right?
I don't know how you're going to change something where we be dependent on immorality. I
don't think my community is in Jamaica. We country, and I know a lot of communities don't, so people can do it.
Well, Diana, jump in, Diana, and help out there, so because I sense that you were speaking generally.
She's speaking generally, but I'm saying it can happen. One community at a time. Yeah,
Michelle is proposing a specific solution that on a community level, if we had more community watch groups, but then, Michelle, it becomes a matter of informer.
Yes.
But if we go back to the nucleus of it all, which is the family, if we're able to start with each family going to church more, real church, taking real action, having conversations within the family. And if we had a social system that supported the basic needs.
We don't have that. We don't have that. That's the part. Yeah, we don't have that.
We can make it happen, Leo.
No, we don't have that part, and we have to be realistic about how we say these things, because I don't want to live in a bubble. And if you start talking about the if we have, then we are talking about bubbling, because we don't have it. We don't have. Because if we have, one second, but if we have a pastor or pastors going out on a limb like this, because this has gone worldwide, because everybody in the diaspora has seen these videos. And if we have pastors like this out there saying these things and going against the public the way that he is, we ain't got no society.
But that's the thing, Leo. I'm telling you, with my church and how involved they are in the community, you're looking at this one isolated. I don't know about that church. I only see this guy video. In my community, my world, this is not how it exists. My church, actually, when we have disasters and anything, they go, not only my church, but other churches in our community, Baptist church and other church. You can reach out to them. They help out in the community. They try to find resources to help the community. So it is possible to get it done. It's just people have to do it. Like, now they're trying to revitalize. Work with your MP, your local member of parliament. Work with your councillors. It can be done. So the negativity we're always saying, oh, it's impossible. You need to say it can be done. People just need to do it. Because the churches are there to help. Like that Pentecostal, what church ever it is, I don't see it. The Pentecost church where I'm from in Trelawney, they do a lot of youth program, night service and all those stuff for the youth that are very engaged. Like if you see it, they're engaged, they have choir to do events. Yes. I don't see in my community.
Michelle, on that. I would want to know, what is a social outreach that pastor and his church group has done over the past 2 years since COVID? That pastor and his church group, what is a social outreach? Though I can, on the other hand, see that the man is probably just simply frustrated, as a lot of people.
That's a good thought.
His action was not what one would want, but perhaps it's just frustrated.
Yeah, because financially, even as I keep saying, the Seventh-day Adventist Church and other churches that are doing a lot for the youth, the Seventh-day Church has what they call it, the pathfinders that start from a younger age, that teach discipline and have these events, go camping and teach people, engage in the youth. I see the Pentecostal churches, I said, having their youth programs. I see the Baptist church in my community have their youth programs and doing. Catholic church too, I see doing a lot of events. Because my friend heads the one in Trelawney. Sorry, my friend heads the one in Trelawney. And they have youth program
something there.
Stuff. So I see the church very engaged and being involved, and I don't see the church I've never seen somebody post a video from my community saying the church saying don't take the vaccine.
Yes.
So the minister said this amount of people can go to church. As quickly as that, the pastor for our church, they said no, go online, figure it out, and they try to get people. They don't. So this one guy, I don't know who his followers are, who follow him, but the majority of people don't follow him.
Okay.
So we cannot put it on pastors. So it's irresponsible to keep putting him on pastors.
Him about.
Yes, or representing.
So when they keep generalizing pastors, it make the church look bad. And people are cursed the church, and they said the church are going to get vaccine. The church has said not do this. I have not seen it. I have only seen this isolated event, and you cannot generalize him. He does not represent the religion or churches in Jamaica.
Right. He doesn't represent any ecumenical group.
I feel cussed out. I feel cussed out.
No, because you keep saying pastor.
I feel cussed out. I'm not supposed to be cussed out. Right?
We're not cussing you out. We're just defending totally.
Yeah, because we know better, because then a part of her church, I don't go, but I know my church because I follow what's going on in my community. So I know he does not represent my community.
So here are some comments. Let's take some comments. The person who normally reads the comments, she's not doing her job. She just
sorry.
She's on this high here,
It's
I
our
have been
birthday
going.
month. It's our birthday month. You know?
So, okay,
Yeah.
We leave work when our birthday, you know.
That's true.
Next month, you know, me leave
ladies and
work.
gentlemen, it's Michelle's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Hey, that is Bears Aman completely. Bears.
Cheers,
Oh,
Michelle.
really?
That is, yeah. Coffee. Bears Aman.
Cheers, Michelle.
So let's take some comments here. We have some Woolipa comments going on here. Kathleen, see, let me just recognize the people in first, and then you can read the comments. Sydney Thorpe, good morning. Thank you. Kathleen Denton. Wayne Montague, good morning to you. Paulette Richards. Sandra Sterling, that's
Sandra.
your friend over there from Radtrap. Trevor Castell, good morning. Was Ngozi Straw, good morning to you. I hope I pronounce your name the right way. Ardell Lysa Herka. I think I did that one right. Elaine Jones.
Right.
Ewart Richards, good morning to you. I'm recognizing everybody that's here. Nadine Tapper, good morning. Michelle Fanger. Oh, Michelle Fanger. Oh my God, Janice Clark, good morning to you. Audrey Stephen, Hortense Palmer, Marvet Rattigan, Sandra Rattrap Sterling, good morning to you all. And thank you. So we're going to take some comments now from Michelle Fanger. She's muted.
Sorry, let me unmute.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of people. So Sharon Campbell Green, hey there from UK. Hi, Sharon.
Hello, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Hortense Palmer. Many churches have outreach programs in their communities. Many parents in the North Jamaica doesn't send their children to Sabbath Sunday school. The children are now mostly left to raise themselves. Yeah, that is kind of true. We need family to be more involved and more engaged. Because I remember when back in the day, even if the mother doesn't go to church or the father, they usually send the child to church with somebody.
Yes.
That's true. Okay, Sandra said, I agree with you, Michelle. This religious incident should be isolated and not generalized. Kathleen Denton says, what about the money that he has and cannot say where he got it from?
Which money?
I mean, that's for the pastor. They found him with like 4,000 US.
But they go to him because they knew that he had 4,000 US, or he was
They found it on his person. I don't know what the requirement is. As I said, we have to have a lawyer from Jamaica that is very familiar with the law to really explain. Because I thought it was $10,000, like, or so. I guess somebody have to explain that.
We need to call our friend lawyer. What's his name again?
It's $1 million or something like that. That you have to explain if you have more than $1 million in cash.
$1 million. Okay, so that's a requirement in Jamaica. Okay, so I guess right there he has a problem, which is attorney.
It's $4,000.
That's $4,000.
No, 4,000 US, and then he had a couple £1,000.
How much money that? 4,000 is that $400,000?
Okay, we're gonna rely on our mathematician Leo.
when I come out of school, I know nobody.
Okay, Wayne Montague said yes, but only because Hun couldn't get to collect the church money. I guess this is the pastor. Paula Richard says, we don't have it, but it have to start somewhere. I guess with you were saying that we don't have it. So saying we have to start somewhere, which is true.
Yes.
Have to start. Sandra Sterling said, pastors are not rebels. They are leaders and they should act as such.
Yeah!
Okay, Sandra again said, what happened to the good old days when you could walk at any time of the day or night and didn't have to worry about. Not true.
No.
The only thing we have to worry about a rolling calf. Remember?
Back in the days. Back in the days, yes. We used to run one
Rolling
them.
calf gonna catch you.
You ever see one year?
Boy, if you ask me, let me tell you something. If you ask me, I will say yes, okay?
Okay, there's a lot of comments. Another person said, "Thank you, informer," and there would be conscience with the thugs. I'm not sure. Okay,
Yeah.
when Montague said, "You're saying it can't just be because you accept it." I'm not sure. Wayne said, "Of course it can happen." Trevor said, "Yeah, not in this time. No community in lower class area can do that. It won't work."
Community
Well, we
watch.
have to always be positive. I guess about community working together
Yes.
too. No,
He says in the lower class communities. Right?
I don't appreciate that about lower class. I don't
it's,
any communities lower class.
yeah.
We are all equal on the same level. And whatever happened, if you
But
go lower,
what are you saying that? Are you saying that to be
what
politically correct, Michelle, or is that realistic?
no, to me, that's how I think. You know, I think like
Yeah, I know you think you think equal to everybody, but he says lower class, and
I think he means lower class, equating it to economic wealth.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because so many of us grew up in rural Jamaica.
Yeah.
That is really enriched.
The economics wasn't great.
Money wasn't the thing.
Nobody had these low level of empathy for each other. People cared.
Yes.
People went to church. People had some morals that they spoke to as family. And the family looked out for the other members of the family and the community. So I understand what Michelle is saying.
Because if a barrel come, the barrel will show to everybody. Yeah, you give somebody rice, you give somebody oil.
Yeah, are we rich now? In generally speaking, are we rich in that culture still, Diana, or it's gone?
You will find pockets of it that exist, but it is not practiced sufficiently.
Yeah, like
why perhaps it's not practiced sufficiently is perhaps even out of fear or a lack of love, genuine love. Because when I send one soap when I travel and I send to my neighbor one soap, and all they're going to say is, "Oh, then a one soap she could have come." Then I'm not inclined. What she hears, I mean, I bed. You know, then but it goes back to family. Because when I send my one soap to the neighbor and the neighbor says, "Oh, thank you so much. You know how I love that soap here. May I put it in a drawer to smell up the place." It's a different message that you convey to the next generation. You understand?
I do. I understand. So I'm just wondering. And you answered the question about it's in pockets. And so I understand that quite clearly. You know, you go up in the country, that one soap would probably be quite appreciated.
And in the same way, in the other communities outside of rural Jamaica, it would be appreciated. There's some pockets I can travel and I can give to my neighbor. I cook fritters and I take to my neighbor. And she's like, "Oh, fabulous." No,
hold on. They still exist where you can cook and carry food, go next door?
Yes. Every day, my mother.
Yes. We still do that.
Ready. Here's some fish.
Yes.
Or she cook and people come.
My neighbor go to her country and she come back and she bring ginger and plantain for me. I get my ginger and plantain.
That's what I'm accustomed to.
It exists because even my mom, like somebody will come and say, "Oh, I have some yam or banana or whatever, or I got a good piece of fish. You want it?"
Yes.
Or they wait and you cook a fish and you share up the food and it.
Okay, we kind of veer off there a little bit.
Okay, let's go back to the message.
Thank you.
And Gazi Straw said, "Yes, the answer is within the community."
Yes.
Sandra said, "It's very emotional for me to listen to stories where our children are being victimized." That is so true. Nancy Brown said, "There's something fundamentally wrong in the society. I heard a voice note relating to the young woman's death. Another young lady was dismissing what happened to the young miss and linking it to the color of her skin.
I heard that too.
Media is showing interest. The men think they own the young women in Jamaica." That is true.
You know, I heard that comment. It was all over Twitter where this young lady says, because she read, because she high color. Why we see it all over the news? Yeah, but she said, see what about people, ladies were black in my community, we get raped all the time, and nobody make no big deal out of it. Nobody want to comment on that.
Well, it's most unfortunate that we live in a society that can look past a gruesome act of murder and rape amongst anybody being the victim and narrow it down to color of skin,
yes,
or class that once belongs to.
We won't even go there, Diana. We won't even go there. That's it's ridiculous, you know. It's bad that she had to take care, but it was all over.
It speaks to the corrupt, the lack of something in the mind of our people, and the lack of a family system that teaches, that would make anybody narrow down anything to that. I would shudder to think that anybody I know could say something like that.
Here's another story. Here is a list of some of the fines passed in Parliament earlier this week. 5,000 not wearing your mask in public.
I wonder if this is a public or I should have put on my mask.
$5,000 not social distancing. $5,000 if you're not social distancing. $5,000. Huh?
We move on from the comments. Sorry, my daughter.
Yes, because we move away. $10,000 for not. What kind of mask that? No, sir. No way up on the show. No way up on the show.
Leo, I don't want nobody come lock me up. You know, you say 5,000 for not wearing it in public, and it's a public space.
I'm gonna try you there.
Facebook is public space, and next thing that report me.
All right. So not 5,000 for not social distancing, 10,000 for not complying with the curfew, 10,000 for not staying at home if you have flu-like symptoms, 10,000 if you have flu-like symptoms and you're not staying home.
To charge more.
And should I charge more for that? I think so too. That should be like 100,000. All right.
It's not COVID and it's flu. So if you have a little cough or a cold, and
you have flu-like symptoms, that means you're creating fear out there. People are going to run from you if you cough in a public.
All the better you go to the supermarket quick.
Clear it. Okay. 20,000 gathering in groups of more than 10. 25,000 not quarantining when you return to Jamaica as a resident.
It should be more. Don't you think it should be more?
No. You're too.
I think it should be more. That's a major breach. That should be a 500,000 breach.
Yeah, or more, because they're not going to deter them. They're going to
that's the resident. You come back in your own country.
Yes,
exactly.
You must quarantine. Charge you more. For the
charge you more. You're supposed to know better and the better.
I don't think you don't understand this thing at all. No. I mean, you must be rich people, because me not understand.
That's why
but you're not supposed to
they can afford it.
You're not supposed to be breaching it.
But that's the point. Deter them.
When you breach it.
Here's the thing now. What is the difference between a person who has flu-like symptoms and sneeze in a public and only get charged $10,000 versus somebody who have them thing, have no symptoms, and you want to charge them $500,000 to come up?
You do understand that people could have the virus and show no signs.
Yes.
So that make any sense.
This is a resident. You want to charge them $500,000 per people.
That's what we said.
Yes,
charge them more. We said increase the price on all of them. Increase the price on all of them.
But also, to support what Michelle has said, yes, this person has just returned from traveling overseas far more exposed than that person who
So hold on there.
because of flu-like.
We don't have that that international exposure anymore. That's way down at the
No, that
no,
is the
because of who?
$25,000 fine.
No.
You're saying somebody who has returned and failed
Why
to
them people are
quarantine.
hard bad?
They
30,000.
will charge them more.
Listen to this. 30,000 failure to quarantine tourists. Only 5,000 more.
No, but the tourism should not pay way more. They also are and get banned from coming back to the country. It's not harsh enough. It's not harsh enough.
Only 5,000 more over the residents. So
And they have good
Not
rate
harsh
of
enough.
exchange. And could have charged them more.
listen to this now. The rate of exchange, it gone now. The rate of exchange. Jesus. All right. 50,000 breaking quarantine after testing positive for COVID. 50,000 breaking quarantine. Now, this should be $1 million. I don't agree with them before, but this one, they must break the quarantine even after they have tested positive for COVID. That is tyranny.
What if they're not aware that they have tested positive and they're transitioning?
No, but it says you have been tested positive. That means you're going to be doing things to people, causing death, potential death. That shouldn't be $50,000 at all. Okay? That shouldn't be something like prison. Your own cell. All right. 100,000 conducting funeral, worship, burial, or wedding in contravention of the requirements. 100,000. That means if you don't get married. Don't get married during COVID. All right.
No, you can't get married. You don't have to put on an elaborate thing.
Hi.
You realize how much money saved at these weddings now?
Okay, yes, enough money saved. All right, so 250,000 for operating a beach, a zoo, a park outside of the specified times. 500,000 failure to operate a hotel. Hold on.
To charge them more.
500,000 failure to operate a hotel or resort in according to the COVID protocols.
Should I charge them more?
You think they should charge more?
Oh, 500,000 one room rental for 2 weeks or 1 week. They could have charged them more. They should charge them a percentage or whatever they're earning during the period.
Exactly.
I think
exactly.
gonna do
And shut them down.
Me think gonna do rich.
You're deterring people. You're trying to deter people from doing things. So the higher the cost. No, if they can't pay, they get locked up or in a facility or whatever. So that's what I think. Because we have to get it under control. It's ridiculous. And I have family and friends there that I don't want them to contract this virus. And I want them to live to see another year. So yes, it should be harsher. If they cannot pay it, lock them up.
And on that same note,
I don't think you guys are being too harsh. You are the one that said that we don't.
No, we're not. You see the effects. No, we're not. You will see the effects. We see what happened. We see what happened with COVID. No, we're not. It should be harsher. You see what happened when you get there. You think Jamaica, it can't even handle the amount what they have right now, which is under 10,000. Imagine it blow up more than that, double that.
Well, I mean, I think it's work. I think these charges are working because I saw a few videos of like Price Smart that was completely empty. Somebody must eat sneeze up there or something like that. I can't imagine.
I've seen the video before that showed you the whole lineup of traffic for people to
trying to get there, right?
Trying to get there. But on the matter of COVID and the spread, news item dated yesterday, 11 more COVID deaths and 330 new cases. So the deaths which occurred between March 4th and 24th, so it's not even like that, it's a period before that it resulted from. But yes, the cases on record for the island now stands at 37,450.
Oh God.
And you have an article about the lockdown that we on a lockdown now down here. So the cases continue to grow. 30,000 doses of COVID vaccine given so far.
Great.
How many people we have in Jamaica?
Well, we're getting the rest. They ordered more. So
They
we
ordered
hope.
more. We had
Where do you? I don't know that story.
20,000 more.
What
No,
story?
he did. At the time, they said they ordered more. Remember, we're supposed to get some.
I
from
know that
Africa.
AstraZeneca.
Have you seen the article where India not exporting any more vaccines?
Right. They're not gonna get that because India says they pull it back.
Yeah, but weren't they getting it from Africa? Some from Africa also.
I don't know. But
I don't
here it says here, if you don't mind, misread a woman. British people attempting to go on vacations while travel restrictions are still in place could face up to £7,000 fine.
That's it, and that's an
under new
individual
government.
fine.
It says
But
the
they want to
UK's
make
new
a claim with
roadmap
it.
regulation released on Monday proposed that anyone traveling outside England without a reasonable excuse should face a £5,000, a £5,000, which is 6,000 US dollars fine. The legislation coming a year after the UK first entered lockdown will be voted on in Parliament. Under the COVID-19 restrictions, non-essential travel is currently banned. Non-essential travel is currently banned. Under the stay-at-home order, anyone leaving the country must fill out a travel declaration form explaining the nature of their trip. UK residents returning home are quizzed by border staff on the reason for their travel. Currently, penalty of £200 for not filling out a travel form. If passed, the £5,000 fixed penalty will come into force on Monday, March 29th. So for them penalty then stiffer.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the other countries, if they want to copy other countries in regards to foolishness, but when they are supposed to copy the right things, they don't want to. They should punish them more. Not listening.
So in the vein now of what happens to us in Jamaica, we're under what is called lockdown, and it's not Kofi lockdown. Did you see where Kofi got a new award for her lockdown?
Yeah, he did.
Song?
Who? COVID?
Yeah.
Who did?
Kofi.
Coffee.
Oh, coffee. Oh, yes. Okay.
So I find this ironical, but hear it out now. JUTC reduces fleet for lockdown weekends.
It sounds like we talked about Tuesday night.
Yeah, so JUTC said it will be reducing the number of buses in service for the 3 weekends of curfew announced by the government. It will be a huge blow for a company which has shown a determination to drastically reduce its costs. But for me, normally we would have engaged about 260 buses per day is what they have said. But they're going to be using 20 to 40 buses.
Okay.
No, you are saying that we're in a lockdown and there are some protocols that you must observe in terms of distancing. You would usually put 260 buses out, and instead you're going to put 20 to 40. What does that mean for the traveling public?
They're not supposed to be traveling during that time, though, Diana.
The lockdown period permits certain class of people to travel, does it not? And it allows the ordinary Joe to travel up until 12 o'clock today, Saturday, in Jamaica.
Nah, I think they're looking at the economics there. But
look at the folly of it, though. Because if it is that we all have to get about our business within this set period up to 1 o'clock today, and I'm saying 1 o'clock because I said 12 o'clock, they give you time to get home. And you have far less buses to service us. It means that we're going to jam up in the bus then.
Okay, but listen, but no, yeah, I understand that. But listen, they are doing two things. One, cost effectiveness, and two, preventing people from travel. Because if they also, to me, those 20 or 40 buses that are out there, they are supposed to have someone on that bus preventing people from stacking that bus.
But you are going the public who gone to supermarket now to get home up until 12 o'clock. How can you offer me less buses to carry us all home?
No, man. They might try to stop you from traveling, which is because remember, we just talked about on this show here that a big part of the COVID spread had to do with public transportation
It's not we,
Yeah.
don't say that is we, say that. The data says so. The scientist tells us.
Yeah, okay. So we are announcing the data on this show. My gosh.
But
Anyway.
No, we have to be clear. You know, we have to be
Yes,
clear.
I'm appreciating that. I'm appreciating that.
I think that to cut back from 200 and something buses to 40 buses at the highest end, for whatever financial reasons, is going to show itself up in the health system, because all the people who gone to market and so forth, who need to get home for the 12 o'clock time,
they need to get home before the curfew.
Like, when are they cutting back? Like I'm confused. Like, when are they cutting back the bus?
So for the
on
lockdown weekends, they are cutting back. And I'm saying, how can you cut back so drastically from 260 buses to 20 to 40 buses? And we still have to get about our business up to 12 o'clock on these days. Them should be flooding the place with the buses, so we don't.
No, man, me not agree with that. Me not agree with that at all. They might try to stop. It's just like they cut flights. They take out some of the planes them out of the air because they don't want people to.
No, but no poor people now flying on a plane right now. Poor people have to take the buses to get home, and the helpers need to get home from work, and the gardeners need to get home from work, and the people need to get home from work.
But they need to get home before the cut.
Exactly. And what are they going to travel on to get home before, when you cut down the buses from 260 to 40?
Oh, so you're talking about during the travel time?
Exactly. What are they going to use to get home on? Less buses. And if we have to get home on less buses,
I thought what you read is that they're reducing the transportation between those hours, the hours that you are
they have said that they're reducing the buses on the weekends. The weekend entails then Saturday no weekend, Leo, and Saturday says that up to 12 o'clock I can be on the road. And if you're going to provide 40 buses instead of don't even put 260.
But I think that what people have to do is prepare though. If you know that it's going to shut down because they give you enough time. So do all of your shopping before. I really don't. I don't agree with.
But Jamaica. Could I say something?
Yeah.
Can I just say something? That's kind of is correct to me, because even though they gave the time frame, as you see with the other supermarkets, how packed they are, more people are going to come out and try to get home before the curfew ends. So if they have more buses, could I finish? No, yeah. Could I
all right,
finish?
ma'am. All right.
Have more buses available until the curfew time, that is great. Maybe after the curfew end, limit the bus for those essential workers.
Okay, but me still not like Hortense Palmer. She said Diana is correct. Me not like her.
Yes, Hortense, thank you very much. And Michelle, semi-correct too. It don't make no sense, because there are some people in Jamaica who literally have to go shopping the day before. You can't, they can't shop.
You're saying because we live day to day, we have to make a arrangement for them to. That's what you're saying.
We have to be practical, because you're going to enable the spread when all of us have to jump up in the bus them now.
But did you see the supermarket, how it was jam-packed?
Jump up, yes.
So,
all right. So we have some people writing a lot of comments, and our comments reader.
Okay, Leo, no uptown people can jump in them car. The uptown thing you talk about.
Who said that? Let me send out one bad word.
We might pronounce it wrong. Nazi straw.
Oh, okay. It goes this straw.
Yeah. Asma Abraham said, people prepare with money. No money flow for day workers to shop ahead. So as I said, not a lot of people can shop ahead. Kathleen Denton said, I live in Ontario and we have to obey our lockdown, but Jamaicans make everything seem so hard. That is true. It can be done, but we have to work with the government and within reason. Okay, Richard said, run the same amount of buses, but reduce the amount of people per bus. Right. That is logical. Ardell, I can't pronounce the word, forgive me. It's absolutely. And good point, Diana. Poor people are bearing
Ardell, me not like you neither.
Of this. And then another one says, Diana is correct. They tried that on the Long Island Railroad and they had to put out more trains. The few trains that were running were overcrowded.
Exactly.
Well, tell her something like her. As long as they defend Diana.
We live a Long Island and we're not on a train down here, but it just makes sense.
Yeah, and someone said, like, the government sell out the people and the country. I'm not sure.
Oh, God. That sounds like the pastor.
Canada have no flights to the Caribbean until May. And if you travel when you come back here, it is $2,000 Canadian dollars
per day.
Everywhere is doing the same thing. Exactly. So why Jamaica for they behind? Charge them more. If you can't afford it, you stay home.
No, man, it don't make no sense.
Okay, Africa have people and none of that. Lockdown without consideration for the poor and needy working people.
Yeah,
and it's wicked.
So let's recognize some people who are writing. There's Leroy Carnegie. Good morning to you. Melrose James. Good morning. Melrose James. I know you. Hey, good morning. Anne-Marie, good morning.
No, Melrose family. Melrose, you know Melrose. Melrose, you know Leo. Melrose, you know Leo.
Asma Abrahams, good morning to you. Let's see, Kathleen Denton, you are Richards, we call those names. Donna Reed, good morning. She's over there in Manchester. Me know Donna.
Oh, Donna.
Donna, yes. She's Manchester. Manchester, you know? I'm not
College of Mandeville.
Okay, I'm not calling Hortense Palmer name this morning at all.
Morning, Hortense. And good morning to my friend Monica, who is working somewhere in Canada. Morning, Mrs. Red. Good morning, my neighbors, my friends. Alun, how you feeling this morning? Morning.
So what I know. We were talking about the charges, the fines. Somebody said $2,000 per day in Canada.
Yeah.
For what? What that for?
Cost. You have to isolate in hotel, and it's $2,000 a day.
When you come back, if you come back, you have to isolate in a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to cover your own cost.
In your own home.
No, you cover your own costs, which is fair. Somebody said in the UK it's actually $5,000.
Oh my God.
Yes,
in the UK it's $5,000.
Yep, pounds.
Oh my
Jamaica,
God.
if you convert that money, Jamaica is behind and they should really charge more.
But no, man, I think the people in Canada can afford that. The person in Jamaica, they can't afford it.
No, everybody in Canada can afford that.
Nobody can afford it, Leo. Nobody can afford it.
That's
all right, so what do you, all right. So what if you bump it up high and they can't afford it?
Because you don't want them to breach it, so that's why it's high.
Exactly.
Let's say they breach it and they can't do less. That's when they got prison?
Lock them up.
We find something to do. Michelle, we lock them up.
Quarantine have a facility that they quarantine. You remember before they used to put them at the hotel?
Yes.
Like find a facility, put them there. But if people can't pay it, they will learn and not violate.
I on a wicked, not about on a wicked. You
wicked at different times we live in, I know. Remember different times
now. You want it to be a real deterrent to action.
So yesterday.
Say somebody can't just sneeze, cough, or you touch something and you just catch this virus and you don't know what happened and you drop down dead. A serious time.
I had my vaccine, my first vaccine a couple of days ago. And it's like, may I hear why we shouldn't have vaccine, we shouldn't take the vaccine because of whatever. Nobody can give me no particular reason why. Then just say, no, take it because you're not supposed to take. They might try stunt black people and they might try reduce the black race. All of these things, right?
But I guess because of history.
Yes.
What history are we talking about?
Well, American history, like back in the day, especially when they were testing like syphilis and those stuff, they used to test it on African Americans. Some of them not aware of what being tested, and they weren't compensated for it, but they tested it on them first. Like,
hold on, I know Black Americans that get we're gone like 130, 140 million people.
No, but I'm saying the African American, why they fear it, most of them fear it and don't trust it. It's because of what history did to them.
I understand that. But I'm saying, right, that we have over 140 million people tested and most of them are white.
Everybody. Because not everybody going to the same thing.
Vaccinated, you mean, Leo?
Vaccinated. What me say?
Yeah.
I'm talking
No,
about
but not everybody
testing.
have the same history. So people fall into these fears of what people are saying. And then you have with another fear, people say, oh, somebody took it and they dropped down dead, or somebody fell and they shaking. And so, you know, like it's these fears. So that's why people have to be conscious of what they share. And people have to, because, you know, people don't really research stuff. So sometimes they see something they believe.
Let's hear people talk, right?
They don't research and think for themselves. So that's why we have, like, people like you who take it now can tell people, you know, like the effects, and people can trust it.
Okay, well, let me tell you what the effects are. Let me tell you what the effects are. Okay, the only effect that I feel is a day later, I feel the pain, and I'm right which part the joke. All right, that's all. That is all. Okay, but I feel safer. I get up this morning and read about the Pfizer vaccine, and it says that there's a study that was done very recently about the Pfizer vaccine, and they said the first dose can protect you up to almost 100%. That's what it says. So me going back for my second dose, you know,
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Let's go back for your second
but let's keep watching you, Leah, to see if you
please watch me. I am coming back.
Anything.
I see if your hair start grow back.
No. If me hair grow back and all right black, then we have a problem.
No, we don't have no problem, Leo. That means that we are gonna take it, especially us women. No, we don't have a problem with that. At that time we're gonna take it here, grow, and it come back black. And then we just say, well,
oh my God. Yeah, but you know, I suggest to you everyone that, you know, what I suggested on a little soliloquy that I did yesterday was that after they reach about 51%, 60% of the persons in America being inoculated, what's going to happen? They're going to start coming out with a rule, a policy that says, you know, if you don't have a card or a passport or a vaccinated document that says you've been vaccinated, then they're going to preclude you from going into public, because they're going to say everybody who's been inoculated, you can go to parties, you know, or you can go to gatherings, or you can go on plane. But the people who have not been inoculated, then you are gonna be still in quarantine until you get vaccinated, because they don't want any one person, because one person can cause you know, a whole lot of people to get this thing here, and so they're gonna preclude people who do not have that inoculation, preclude them from all public gathering. So we have to be very careful, because it's, you know, the vaccine is being delivered to millions of people each day, and so when they get to a point that, you know, you're going to be left behind, so you have to be very careful.
Me, I call you. I'm gonna be left behind because me there Jamaica.
Me get you already.
Don't worry. Come visit.
What is it?
Come visit. They're giving everyone the vaccine.
Me don't want nobody vaccinated. Me don't want
they cannot deny you because of your status, you know. So come on up.
They call me rich. Call me rich after me get vaccinated, but me don't want to know nobody who poor.
Well, let me tell you, you know me that.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand what me say. Me say call me rich because I'm vaccinated.
Okay,
so
call you rich because you're vaccinated.
Yes, and I'm rich because I'm vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you're poor.
All right, fine.
No, well, don't say that.
Michelle, I thank you for the
Come on, don't misunderstand me, Michelle.
But I want to take it a step further, because the economic cost to Jamaica and countries that don't have their population vaccinated in the shortest term, we're going to feel it. Because soon
they're going to be precluded from travel.
We're going to be precluded from so much more than just simple travel.
Absolutely, truth.
Okay, we have some guests.
What are they? That glass is Diana.
Yes.
Is a COVID thing?
It's a COVID protector, yes.
The COVID protector?
Yeah.
Oh, look nice. It fits your door.
Thank you. It's my glasses for the rays from the computer, so I wear it every now and again if my eyes feeling a little bit.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you that you can wear that in the public and you're all right.
My neighbor tell me and I wear it, go street, and one boy said, Mom, him said, Mom, I may wonder who I talk to. He said, Mom, your glasses turn up. Boy, I call me Mom. By the way,
let,
thanks.
let me correct this lady here. Michelle, what
Yes.
I said to you, you never listened to me,
I
is
didn't.
you heard me?
Yes,
No, you didn't
I'm
hear
hearing
me.
you now.
I said that when I'm vaccinated, call me rich. And if you're not
Okay.
vaccinated, you're poor. And I'm not, it has nothing economic, nothing
No,
economic.
I'm not economics,
about
but
it.
you're putting a pressure on people.
Oh,
This is
you
not
guys
the
should be
choice.
influencing people?
Take it back. Take
Yeah,
it back,
but people
Leo.
have to, yeah,
Take it
people
back,
can
Are you
take
Leo.
saying I'm
back.
influencing someone?
Take it back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
by me saying,
Take it back.
if you, hold on, man, hold on. By me saying, when majority of the people have been vaccinated,
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about your statements about you being rich. So keep
Yes,
it on
take it back
point.
because
so you're
taken
saying
out of
my
context.
analogy is wrong. Okay, then I take that back. My
That's
analogy
only
is wrong.
because it can be taken out of context. And we're
Okay,
going to
Yes.
Leo say
So
because
that,
he's
that
rich.
just that little
Okay, so,
statement.
so
Not
if
everything
I
is
take it around, if I turn it around and say I am poor because I take
no,
the
no,
vaccine.
it doesn't matter.
No.
Richard, just take that out.
Jesus.
Leo, if you
All
say
right,
that the
all
way
right.
that we're going to say we're not talking to Leo for I'm poor.
Boy,
We have two guests here.
there's some guests here. Alicia
Yeah.
Bryan and
Alicia,
Shazan
Shazan,
Bennett.
Pennant.
Oh, Pennant. Shazan. Good morning, Shazan. You can come on video. There you are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Alicia, where are you? There you go.
Good morning.
You know, when I spoke to Miss Plummer, I thought there was gonna be another man in the mix because you know it's 4 women now against 1 man. I feel cheated.
Blessed.
It's wrong.
Just today, we are part of the crew.
Honorary woman, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll let Diane conduct this interview. We'll find out who they are and what they do. Oh, we have another lady. Whoa.
We're having pure beauty around here today. Welcome, guys, to
Boy, me complete.
conversation.
Shut up.
Leo, we'll give you an opportunity to go put on your frock and come back. If we would start with Shazan, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. You know, a lot of people don't get it on the first try. So yes, I was born in Jamaica and I immigrated to South Florida at a young age. And my parents always instilled in me to, you know, be my brothers and sisters' keeper. So that kind of festered a need for me to be involved in community service and community outreach. And knowing Alicia Bryan, the CEO of Island Hope International, she started this nonprofit organization, got me on board. And our mission right now, our focus for 2021 is women's health, with our Women's Health Expo coming up next month on April 11th.
Okay, so you should say, Diana, you should say this month is International
Women's Month.
Okay, all right.
Well, this month is International Women's Month, and more so we have made that the law simply because it's Michelle's birthday month as well. Janae, if you would tell us a little bit about yourself, if you would just give us a little introduction.
Hi, everyone. My name is Janae Moody, and I'm currently residing in West Palm Beach. I'm a first-generation American of Jamaican parents. Yes, so I currently work for the CDC, and I work currently in community mitigation and capacity building in global health. I have always been passionate about being a part of something that is bigger than myself. And so Island Hope's mission has been very much aligned with my current core values. Also, I'm very much about women empowerment and maternity and child health. And so this is a really good opportunity to promote just health access and basically promoting something that is very near and dear to my heart, but also aligning with my cultural values and paying it forward. So it's an honor to be here today.
I'm enjoying this.
It's an honor for us to have you and to hear that. And eyes seemingly point to Miss Alicia. Alicia, if you would just give us a little overview about you, where are you, and you know what made you do this?
Well, my formal title is Dr. Alicia Bryan, and I started Island Hope International because I know there's a need for the advancement of health and wellness in Jamaica, as well as the
Rest of the Caribbean.
Yes, the rest of the Caribbean, as well as those living in the US, part of the diaspora. So my goal is to promote health and wellness holistically in any means possible. And currently, our main goal for this year is to raise the awareness of the Black maternity health crisis, as well as the resources for women who choose to become pregnant and those who need services to help optimize their own personal health and wellness. So we are hosting our inaugural Maternal and Women's Health Expo this April 11th. And that date is intentional because that is the first day of Black Maternal Health Week.
Okay.
Black maternal what?
Health Week.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. That's nice.
As you seek to focus on women's health, Black Health Week, how are the men incorporated? And either Shazan or perhaps Janae can jump in and respond to that, to tell me how are we incorporating the men? Because like Leo, we don't really want for them to feel left out. And at least I'll take you back to the question as well.
Well, I'll go first. So
Sure.
men are an integral part of this. We won't be here without a man, and vice versa, men won't be here without women. And so it's important for everyone to understand the role women plays in society, as well as how we can better assist one another in promoting our health and the health of the family. You know, if the woman is not healthy, then the baby she conceives has risk factors of probably diabetes, fetal alcohol syndrome, a whole host of different conditions that can pursue and into during life. And so the mother, the child, the whole family are affected. So we need to learn about the women's bodies, the things that goes on, and how we best can assist women in maintaining their health before pregnancy, during and after.
I am
Thank you.
I am kind of interested in what you just said a while ago. You just said that the women's health is important because if the women's bodies aren't healthy, that can contribute to illnesses that for the baby, the future of the child that they're. Is that what you said a while ago?
That's correct.
Wow, that's powerful because we have a propensity for diabetes and high blood pressure and all of this good stuff. Are you saying that there's data to suggest that it's because of the woman's health that these things are happening?
Correct. And there's a lot of science to back up, especially with diabetes, one of my areas. Women who have diabetes beforehand or develop gestational diabetes, that child that they're carrying at any time during that child's life, whether it's infancy all the way up until adulthood, they're at an increased risk for diabetes.
You are blowing my mind because you know, it's something that is, you know, how Jamaica is. Jamaica is they say it's has the highest propensity for diabetics later on. And they also have the highest propensity for high blood pressure. Two of the major reasons why people have stroke and dead and all of something there. And I'm blown away to hear that it is from the woman's health and not from the man who's probably gave out sperm. I can't.
I don't know
Help
that
me.
she's saying that we're saying that the men haven't contributed. She's
Yeah,
saying
no,
that
she's not saying, but
there-
she's saying that that's a major contributor.
yes, but I don't want you to think say it's not your fault too.
I know my fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Not my fault. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to say.
I hear you trying to say it's not your fault too. But Shazana and Janae, if you perhaps would tell us from your younger perspective. I mean, you both look relatively young. What made you want to contribute to women's health and wellness and well-being?
Well, something that I actually wanted to add is the importance of health literacy just across the population in general, regardless of gender. And so we all have a stake in each other's health. Also, when it comes to women's health, it's internal and external variables that ultimately affect the health of the child. And so we're all invested in how the baby's health is going to be ultimately, not just that mother. And so that's why the male should be invested in how that woman is doing throughout the duration of her pregnancy.
Definitely.
And so just to clarify that, so
she wants to make sure that I understand that. Yes.
Yes, I just want to make sure we put that out there into the universe. I am young. I'm 24. And so I'm at the start of my health career. And I've always been really passionate about health, specifically at the population level. I work more in population health versus individual health. And I've always been passionate about being a part of something bigger than myself, because I feel like we're all moving pieces in one big ultimate health system. And especially now that we are seeing, a global pandemic, I see how we all are interrelated ultimately in each other's health. And that includes in maternal and child health. Even in this pandemic, we're seeing how it can affect the woman and even in her emotional health. And that's a huge aspect as well when it comes to maternal and child health. And so it's been really interesting seeing just how, even in my own duration of my professional development, how each individual public health occurrence affects how we're all interrelated socially.
Janae, in this expo, are we going to talk about how the vaccine affects women's health? Because there's a huge fear going around. Can you share anything on that? And whether or not the fear that's going around, especially Black people, right? We don't want to take the vaccine. Will the expo address issues like that, and how?
So it's not like a primary focus, because we really do want to try to basically maximize the content on maternal and child health and try to have a comprehensive overview. Yes. That people can feel well equipped and knowledgeable when they leave. But at the same time, there will be people on the panel, and I will also be there. So if there are concerns concerning vaccine hesitancy, we can definitely touch on it, because it is still relevant to maternal and child health, and also to the overarching theme of what's going on in everyone's life. And we do want to encourage everyone to feel confident when they leave, that they're still feeling like they're being seen in other aspects of their overall health and wellness.
Okay, I get you.
Can I ask a question?
As well, she can.
Oh, can I ask a question?
Of course you can ask a question.
I know that we're running out of time, so I just wanted to learn more about your organization and what your plans are for your organization.
So we are Florida-based. We are a 501c nonprofit organization, which basically means you get tax exemptions when you file your taxes for any donations, monetary or otherwise, that you do contribute to the organization. And our future plans include giving out maternal health care packages for women who are in shelters and centers, both in Florida and in Jamaica. We plan to do 50 in each location.
What does that include?
So the maternal health package includes breast pads, shields, pumps, perineal stuff to help with women when they are in labor, they're giving birth, and to help facilitate breastfeeding as well as their healing from the trauma of childbirth.
When did your organization start?
In 2017.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
your membership looks like?
Pardon?
How many is your membership?
So we have a strong base of supporters. We have about 15 core personnel who are active, and we have other volunteers who contribute from time to time with our various initiatives. So in 2019, we went to Haiti. We organized a medical dental mission trip. We saw over 300 patients from the little baby all the way up. So everyone got their dental and medical care. Last year, we sponsored a wellness drive, sponsored by then, put on by then MP Dayton Campbell. And we also donated to the Jamaica National Children's Home some school supplies. And so we are currently working on some partnerships to continue facilitating our goal of maternal child health.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Wait, no, I'm just saying that I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because it's a big issue now, especially we see with what's happening in the healthcare with women, early labor and all that stuff with preeclampsia. But I just wanted to know, like, where, I know you said you have missions to Jamaica, like where in Jamaica? Do you know where you'll have your locations? Or you haven't figured out that yet?
So we are in the planning phase, so I cannot talk too much about it. However, you can visit our website, islandhope.org, for more information. And if you would like to donate, there is actually a link on there for you to donate, as well as to register for the upcoming free virtual health expo.
Right.
So we have
Shazan tells us.
Shazan, we haven't heard from Shazan. I wanted her to tell me about the virtual event, which is how much to go to the virtual event? Is there a fee?
Shazan.
It's free, but donations are welcome. As you guys know, we are creating these care packages to give to these women in the shelters. So any type of donation is definitely welcome. However, it's a free virtual event. We're hoping to have about 200 persons, men and women, joining alike to the conference. We have multiple speakers from different professionals in OBGYN, perinatologists. We have health advocacy lawyers who are there to promote and teach women health advocacy. And for me, part of the reason why I joined this organization and wanted to even be a part of something like this is, again, it was really instilled in me early on to give back, that sense of giving back and being part of something greater than myself. And I'm actually a fourth-year medical student about to graduate, and I'm pursuing my specialty in family medicine. And I think what family medicine does a really good job of is teaching and counseling patients and individuals to take agency over their health. So we're giving these women and men who attend the conference information on how they can take charge and make better health choices and better health decisions.
Okay, can you provide the information for your website again?
Sure, it is islandhope.org. ISLANDHOPE.org. Okay. And you can also follow us on social media. Our Instagram page is Island Hope, INTL, and it's the same for our Twitter. And you can actually join our I'm Every Woman Facebook group. It's for our Women's Health Expo. So we're trying to just create a community of women who are attending the expo, men and women who are attending the expo, to just share their stories and be more involved. And so even after the expo, we're still planning to have a presence and still planning to have these discussions and continue these discussions. So please join our Facebook group, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
What's the hour for the virtual event? What's the time?
It is 12:30 to 3:30 Eastern Daylight Time, so Florida, New York time. And that is
11:30
11:30
to
Jamaica.
2:30. All righty.
Someone said there with the CDC. Who was with the CDC again?
Jenny.
Oh,
Moody.
Janae. Okay, Janae, are you under pressure these days with the amount of things that's going on around you? You know, you don't have to speak of the CDC, but because we know that's information might be delicate. But tell us what's been your experience.
It's been very transformative. I just graduated with my master's in public health from NYU. And so this is my first professional experience. And so to graduate right away and go into a global pandemic has been very humbling. For sure. I currently work on the COVID-19 response 50% and the Ebola response 50%. And so I am definitely learning a lot very, very quickly. It's like drinking from a fire hose. And it's been very cool though, getting to see how we're able to do a lot of capacity building with countries, but also just the fact that countries are very much full functioning and they're capable. And it's very important to not go in and completely take away their self-agency, but it's more of a partnership. And so it's very interesting learning about global health diplomacy and just having this opportunity so early in my career.
Overall, how has compliance been? Can you answer that?
No.
But
thank you for asking.
It's been a pleasure having you all here to share about islandhope.org. That's the website, correct? The event is April 11th. It's a virtual event starting at 12:30 and it goes for 3 hours. And we're all invited to follow you on Facebook, Twitter, Insta. Is there anyone else that I missed?
No, there's something else. That 11 kicks off a week of. Alicia, help me.
It is Black Maternal Health Week. So other agencies will also be hosting various events and conferences. So we will also publish that information at the event. We also are kicking off a challenge, an I'm Every Woman challenge. And that will start next week. And we will give the winner of the challenge a gift certificate announced at the event on April 11th.
And how do we register to participate in the challenge?
Follow us on Instagram and we will post the needed information for the challenge.
Okay. Wow. And it's Island Hope.
INTL, the short version of international.
Okay, INTL. We'll look for you and we'll follow you so that I can participate. I thank you all for being here. And
but you want to win that $100,000.
No, it's a gift certificate.
Well, you and me both.
Let me tell you something. I'm really encouraged at the age of these ladies here with us. And I can only just guess. I mean, Janae confessed to being 24. Shazane looks like she's about 12. And Alicia is just barely past 30. So 20. So I am encouraged that the next generation of Jamaicans continue to fly the Jamaican flag real high and flying it on matters that are relevant, having serious impact, not just within their own local communities, but the wider community and Jamaica. And we just simply celebrate that and encourage you to continue on that vein. I'm encouraged. And I know I speak for Michelle and Leo. Thank you for being here.
Yes, you did. Yeah, man. Go ahead, Michelle.
No, it's a great thing you're doing because it is very impactful of what's going on with women and all the issues that they're facing. And it's good you're being so young. So a lot of people, because when we're younger, we don't think we have these issues until we do end up. So it's good you're educating and trying to assist.
Michelle has talked like so she old.
Just because she celebrated birthday yesterday.
Yeah, just because we have big birthday yesterday, I talk like him old, But I am so proud. I am very, very proud of you. Women's movement, I support 150%. I do believe that women are the true leaders of this world. Whether they lead from behind, beside, or ahead, they are. And I'm glad to see the focus, because this is a unique area that we don't pay attention to. The focus on that area. You just highlighted something in my mind that I need to go and research about. Our lifespan and what caused some of these things to happen to us as we get older. I need to know all of that. And so I was very, very happy to hear, Alicia, you spoke about those issues. So it's a very unique area, and I thank you so much for enlightening the populace. There are a lot of people listening and they're commenting, but I want to get closer to you and know a little bit more. So I'll follow you. Mrs. Plummer's number, and I'll talk to her further about it and see how I can help you promote this event a little bit bigger, because it's very important. It's very important.
Okay, not to cut you off, but somebody said if you could please mention the other speakers again. So I guess somebody just tuned in.
Okay. So we have, I'm sorry. So we have it's Dr. Alicia Bryan, and then we have Shazan. You have a very unique name. Shazan Pennant. Is your family from Clarendon? You better say.
Yes, I was told that I have some family in Clarendon, but the closer Pennants that I'm related to, we live in Stony Hill. We're from
Kingston people.
You're alone. She come from Clarendon.
And Janae Moody. It's really, 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 really good to have you. And I'm looking forward to working with you in the future. I got a hold of Miss Plummer last week, and I'm telling you, she's excited, and I want to be excited with you guys too. So let's keep in touch. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. And for a list of the speakers, you can visit us on our website.
Yes.
And just to answer the question, we have Dr. Slater. She is the head of the OBGYN department in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Jamaican. And she's also helped with the PAHO and in the Caribbean region to help facilitate maternal health outcomes there. We have attorney Melanie Aline. She is a Harvard-trained attorney, and she has a passion to return to Jamaica to work with the judicial system, and as well as in advocacy. We have Dr. Amanda Wallace. She is a Harvard-trained physician, a Harvard alumni and a Yale-trained physician who will be speaking on trauma. And that's an important thing we need to address. So how to deal and overcome childhood and previous traumas. And we have Nyla. She will be speaking on career coaching. She's a career coach with children, and she is also married. So she's going to talk about balancing career and motherhood.
That's important too. It's very important.
Yes.
All right. We're talking about morality, and we're talking about life and wife and husband and stuff. Very important topic. I want to thank you guys for being here. Let me allow before you guys go, let me allow Diana to wrap up, and also Michelle to wrap up in 1 minute.
All right. It's a pleasure as always to be here. For those persons who have watched and participated from the start, we see you again on Tuesday. We've covered a variety of matters and issues, but we're closing on a real positive note. There's hope yet. The next generation of Jamaicans, whether they serve here locally in Jamaica or they're serving in the wider marketplace, they're having significant impact. And I certainly want to congratulate the team that has joined us here. Wish you all the best. And I've already started to follow you on Instagram, so you can see me there. Alicia, congratulations on your organization and the focus, not just to serve us in Jamaica alone, but in true Jamaican spirit, seeking to serve the wider Caribbean.
All right.
The best.
Michelle.
Well said. Well said. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And as I always say, we always should have hope. And as you see, we have the younger generations that are getting involved and are taking charge. They have realized the issues that plaguing our community, our society, and they are going to create the change that we need. I know right now we might not have hope, but as you see with this panel of ladies here, there is hope and change will come. So just keep doing your part. Remember, COVID-19 is still a thing. Mask up, sanitize, and social distance. And I thank you all for being here and for everyone for tuning in.
And this is Leo Gilling coming to you live today on a Saturday. We'll see you Tuesday night again with Diana and Michelle and also Blacka Ellis. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies, for joining us, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Thank you.